welcome to another 5 Minute Monday Mindset. It's a new week. We just got through the time change. Let me know, was it easy getting up this morning? Surprisingly, I woke up and decided I'm getting up and getting the day started. And so that's what I want to talk to you a little bit about. And I've said this before. Our minds at times feel like they're our enemy, because when we want to do something, a lot of times it's up here that we get stuck. And yet our mind is really like that overprotective parent. Let's face it, we've all been there with our kids, and unapologetically at times, where we see the danger, we see the potential danger, so we say, oh, don't go there, don't do that. And yet our kid is like, but I want to, and we're like, no, no, no. Well, our mind is like that. It wants to make life as easy as possible for us. And so often when we're trying to start a new habit, when we're saying, hey, I'm going to get up early, the next morning we may go to bed thinking we're going to get up early, but guess what? The next morning your mind says, oh, but the bed is so warm, it's cold out there, just stay in bed a little longer, a little longer, a little longer. And when there is a difference between do it and be comfortable, or not do it and be uncomfortable, your brain is always going to pick be comfortable, because again, it sees it as it's protecting us. But that's when we have to say, you know what, it's time that I take control. And we have to start reframing how we think of things. Think how often the night before we say things like, oh, I got to get up in the morning, oh, I got to go to work, oh, the traffic's gonna be terrible. So a lot of times we feed our mind the very things that sure enough happen, instead of saying, you know what, it's going to be an amazing day. Hey, you know what, I have a feeling that this is going to be terrific. I'm looking forward to going to work. It's going to be a good day. We need to start reprogramming our mind. And again, a lot of times it's little subtle things. It's like that little those types of things that often tell our brain, oh, don't go there. You know what happened last time? It reminds us because it's trying to protect us. But what about if we could reframe how we think about things? Even though you may be going to a stressful job, just reframing it. I'm going to bring positivity into my setting. Yes, other people are negative, but I'm not going to go there today. Yes, it's raining and I had hoped to get out and walk or exercise or garden, but that's okay because I'm going to do some things that I only can do inside. So do you see how if we start reframing things, it's going to help us? Yes, that cheesecake looks good, but you know what? I know what I'll feel like after eating that, so I'm not going to do that. We often give in to feelings, and we know that feelings can really get us going down the wrong path. So what are some areas where you tend to struggle? Make sure that you are definitely, especially in those areas, really focusing on reframing how you look at things. I remember reading a book a couple years ago, and it was talking about reframing how we think. And they said, think of the difference between getting up on a typical morning, and you're like, oh, I don't want to get up, versus maybe it's the first day of vacation, maybe Christmas morning. Let's face it, we could always get up early because we were excited. But again, it makes a difference in how we think about the thing. And yes, even when it's a problem, think about today's the day that I'm going to get one step closer to solving that problem, one step closer to being the person I want to be, one step closer to getting my house under control, my bank statement going up in the right direction, my health going in the right direction. So, and by the way, if you need help in developing those habits, because it is not an easy overnight thing, but if you need some help, I put a link in. I have a course that you have immediate access. You can watch again and again. And it's about building healthy habits in 4 weeks. And it starts with talking about the mind. because that's where so much really is. It's the beginning, how we look at things. And when we can start reframing how we look at life, how we look at those challenges, we can often succeed and overcome those hurdles. And so it looks at the mind, it looks at really diving into those health challenges that we often have. And again, a lot of those are made worse by poor habits. We talk about the body and how movement is important, and then how to put that and package it into habits that are going to work for you. Because what works for me more than likely may not necessarily work for you. So you can individualize those things so they become habits that will stick, habits that you can have for a lifetime. So if you're ready to really start, because again, we talk about the things we want to do, but we never get around to actually implementing them. This is an opportunity to do that, and the course is at a rock bottom price, so anybody and everybody can do it. Get a friend to sign up with you and make this the time that you start working toward those goals in life that you've talked about, but you've never just quite gotten a hold of. So I hope that you have an amazing week. Come back each day, lots more good things. And please let me know, what are some things that you need more information on? Maybe you have some challenges. Leave me a comment or leave me a message, but I'd love to talk about those things. So go out. You are here on purpose. You're here for a reason, and part of that is changing the world where you live. So God bless and take care.